Are you wondering what you should do in the sales process? Well, I'll tell you this, you need to keep it simple. Keeping it simple is the main thing that will make you sell 100 a year compared to someone selling 15 a year. 15 a year, man, they can get by and they can live, whatever, that's fine. 100 a year, they're living extraordinary lives. So you need to not go over unnecessary information. It's just a lot of things that we tend to do. If the customer sold after they just heard about cutting out the one cost on their bill and they're like, that makes perfect sense, I would like to do that, don't go on with the rest of the pitch. So not going over unnecessary information is huge and super important because you can actually sell yourself out of a sale by going over too much. So again, keep it simple. You need to make sure you're following that structure as well. Our pitch should be just talking to them in general, getting them interested to actually listen to us, getting them out of the mindset where they were before, which was they were cooking dinner, they were cleaning, they were watching TV, whatever it was. Get them to start listening to us. Then we give them a solid problem that they can understand because they don't have a problem right now. If they did, they would already have solar. They don't. So you have to give them that clear problem. Keeping it really simple though as well. Then you give them a clear, simple solution. Then you do your transition. It should be get them to listen to you. Main priority, that's probably 10%, and then 80% problem. And then you got solution, honestly doesn't even really matter that much. People just want to know a little bit, but like solution should be like 1% and then 9% transition. That's how the process should be emphasized on when you're going through it. So make sure you're following that structure. Stay away from the numbers. Don't be getting too much into the weeds about savings or how much per panel or anything like that. You need to make sure you're not getting into the numbers because you have no idea what's going to happen. If they end up needing an ESC or main panel upgrade and they have to do underground trenching and you told them it was going to cost $3,000 and now the trenching and everything else costs $10,000, how are you going to dig yourself out of that hole? You don't know what's going to happen, so don't act like you do. If a customer asks, say every single home's unique and we treat every single family unique as well. You are a family member, I wouldn't just give you a random number. So I'm gonna make sure we do this the correct way, find out, do our due diligence, and then we'll run over the numbers. Does that sound okay? So you gotta stay away from the numbers. Another thing is you need to make sure you're practicing. So if you're practicing, you can go over everything in a very basic manner. So it's like someone who builds rocket ships. You build a rocket ship, and it really shows their intelligence. If they can build a rocket ship and they can explain to you how to do it, that shows actually how educated and smart they are. You need to do that with solar. It might take you weeks to feel comfortable selling solar and all the information with solar in general. You need to be able to convey that to someone in 15 minutes. So keep it really simple. Like you're talking to a 6-year-old. Another thing is just the confidence you exude. How are you standing? How are you talking to those people? Are you using your body? Are you getting them in? Are you making it happy? Are you talking to them? How are you kind of making that whole process going? And then another thing, keeping it simple, record yourself. Are you overcomplicating? If you aren't recording yourself, you don't know if you're overcomplicating it. Record your pitch, record your close, record everything you possibly can. Listen to yourself. You'll be able to give yourself a ton of critiques without even showing anyone. On top of that, show other leaders in the office where you can learn and grow every single day. Keep it simple.